to tell you about the time I traveled for a friend's wedding. We knew we had gone too far when we saw the shop. So we turned around. We were out in the country at some mansion or something, and I was really happy for her. Beautiful day, October, out in the country. She's a woman who was in her late 30s, so when they played at last night at James, it seemed actually relevant and nice to hear it. And I got a little drunk at this wedding, and when people get drunk, sometimes they do things they regret. I baked goods because I'm gluten intolerant. It's just a really bad thing to do. My waitress can vouch for me. I had a gluten-free Bundy night and 2 ciders. So, I ate wedding cake. This is the last time I've had wedding cake, and it was the most glorious wedding cake in the world. I knew I was staying in a hotel that night, or maybe I really wasn't thinking about that because I was a little drunk, and I washed it all down with a Yingling lager, which tasted delicious and is very glutinous. And it's the worst thing you can do to pretty much double down on the pain I felt later when I was curled up in the hotel room, bathroom, ready to cry because it felt like I'd swallowed glass. So I'm like, oh, I didn't do this to myself, and I'm in the comfort of my own home. And my college roommate came in, and she's originally from Russia. And she comes in with her hand outstretched, and she's got this shady little pill in her hand. She says, my mother bought this at the Russian market. It's good for the stomach. It was clear white, and it had little green leaves in it, and like there was like Cyrillic lettering on it in ballpoint pen. And if I had been in like my right frame of mind, I would have been like, nah, I'm not taking that pill. But as it was, if she had pulled the Geico Gecko out of her pocket and said, my mother says if you bite the head off this lizard, I'd go like, give me the lizard! So I took that pill, and then the pill and the wedding cake had a fight in my stomach. And the wedding cake said, I'm coming up! And the pill said, me. And just like Waterloo, the pill won. And the moral of the story is that you're going to travel with a traveling companion who's got all kinds of shady meds with her.
I met this girl one time named Katie, and we had this unnaturally immediate friendship, like so close, so fast, and maybe you guys have had this experience that it's probably not for real when that happens. You should have a little caution. But we didn't, and we decided to immediately start planning travel plans together. So I've lived in the South most of my life. I was living in Louisiana at the time, and we didn't care what we were going to do. We just wanted to do it together. We were so like enamored with each other. So we looked on the Expedia and found the cheapest airline tickets we could find, which turned out to be in Chicago, super cheap, like $200. We could go to Chicago, neither one of us had ever been there, and we were living in Louisiana, and it was like February, carnival time, great weather. We're like, why are the tickets so cheap to Chicago right now? Well, we weren't totally prepared for what we were going to face when we got there, so I did my best to prepare. I went to the thrift store and got myself a new parka and some new boots. But when I got off the plane, I realized that my parka had sprung a leak. So every time I would sit down, I kind of looked like Pigpen, like all the feathers would like swirl around me, and the soles of both of my feet immediately fell off. And we're walking through the snow, and I had to like tie them on with shoelaces. And then we almost immediately started to hate each other. We didn't get along. Every single thing went wrong, and we couldn't wait until we finally got back to the airport. So we walked back into the airport. Last day of the trip, so relieved we're going to be able to get away from each other, and we walk up to the ticket desk, and the lady's like, you guys don't have a seat on any flight out of Chicago today. And I had my airline pass that I printed out, and I said, look, it says right here, 10 a.m., Chicago to New Orleans, I'm on this flight, what is wrong with you? And the lady said, well, yes, but this flight is out of Midway Airport, and we're at O'Hare. So it turns out there's 2 airports in Chicago. So we immediately got into a cab and tried to make our way all the way across town, spent so much money. And when we got to the other airport, they told us that we had just missed it. And so we were going to have to pay the fee and get booked on another flight. But there was not another flight. So they told us, sure, you can book another flight, but it's going to be out of O'Hare. Whichever one I said the first time, I have no idea. So maybe plan your travel plans more cautiously. With somebody you've got